Hey lovelies! Okay, so today I want to talk about relationships. The terrible R word. Relationships are difficult no matter who you are or what you're going through. But relationships are especially difficult for trans people. There's always the question as to who you should disclose your information to, whether or not this person is someone you can trust with that kind of information. You don't want to just go out there all willy-nilly telling everybody, hey, by the way, I'm trans, I was born biologically male, or in the case of a female to male, I was born biologically female. Now, there's so many things that happen in a relationship, whether it's gay, straight, bi, trans, or whatever, that can help you to decide whether or not this is the person that you want to disclose to. It's not always important to disclose on the first date. Why don't you get a feeling for the person to decide whether or not this is the person you want to date? However, if this person is someone you want to see a second time, you need to disclose this information. There's so many different ways to disclose. I personally like disclosing by text because I think that text, it allows the other person that you're talking to a moment to think. I think that when you're talking face to face, people feel the need to talk, so they don't take that extra second because they feel the need to fill the void of silence. However, with texting, someone can get a text and then walk away from it and then come back hours later and decide whether or not to pursue something with you. I have met many people at a bar when I was single. I met many people at a bar, and I always have a 3 compliment rule. So the first compliment, I'm always like, oh, thanks so much. The second compliment, I'm like, oh, thank you. And the third compliment is usually, honey, I'm really sorry, but I'm probably not your type. Now, strangely enough, over the last sort of couple of years, that statement doesn't apply anymore because a lot of people are very open to the idea of dating a trans woman. More often than not, though, they're just interested in the idea of having sex with a trans person. Either way, you do what you gotta do. If you wanna have sex, then you have sex. If you wanna date, then you date. But that's the reality of it is. So now, a lot of trans people, myself included, have been involved in abusive relationships, whether they be physical or mental or emotional. And it's really difficult. It's especially difficult for a trans person to get out of an abusive relationship, mainly because as trans, we are so often than not sort of pushed to the back burner by our families. We are ridiculed and belittled. And I mean, it's hard. So when you finally find someone who loves you, you sit there and you'll put up with a lot. You will put up with a lot because you want to make it work. You don't want to seem foolish. Now, I used to parade my boyfriends around immediately. I'd be like, I have a boyfriend! Ah! But now I've stopped doing that. Now I've started being just a little bit quieter about my relationships because as my brand grows and the bigger and bigger notoriety I get, the more and more people who figure out they know me, the harder it is to keep certain things to yourself. I'm not listen, I'm not a celebrity, but I understand why a lot of them want to keep their relationships private. And I think it's because we live such a public life. I put so much online that it's difficult. There should be one thing that's yours and only yours. I've recently stopped sharing so many photos of me with a boyfriend because I want to make sure that person is the right person, and I want to make sure that they're worthy of being on my Instagram or my Facebook. And by that, I mean they've earned a level of trust with me to deserve to be there. I don't want to look back 6 months from now or a year from now and go, oh my God, what was I thinking when I was with that person? So take your time. Listen, I also think that it's really important that Facebook not be involved in your relationship. I know the old saying, it's not real unless it's on Facebook. I know that saying. And the reality of it is that that's just bullshit. I get it. We all live social media lifestyles nowadays. But keep your relationship off of social media. If you want to tweet about how much you love someone, be my guest. But if you're fighting or in the middle of an argument, keep that shit to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Because what could happen is you could let it all out one day online. You broke up with your boyfriend, everything went to shit, and then the next day you're back together. Strangely enough, you look a little foolish. I mean, there's a certain celebrity that's broken up with her boyfriend, I think about 8 or 9 times now, and she looks a little foolish now. I'm just saying. God love her. I'm not saying who it is. People that know me might know who it is. But yeah, I mean, breaking up with your boyfriend every other week is just not cool. So what I've decided to do is sort of take a step back from social media when it comes to dating, you know, and those things like that. But yeah, like I said, we get involved in relationships and we oftentimes put up with a lot of abuse because we feel like no one's ever loved us before. And, you know, we're barely learning how to love ourselves, let alone know what real love is coming from someone else. I've been lucky. I've had some really great relationships and I've had some really shitty ones. I have had boyfriends grab me by the neck, throw me against the wall. I've had boyfriends kick the shit out of me. You know, and these were people that were supposed to love me. And I put up with it because I was so desperate to be with someone and I didn't want to be alone because I had already felt so alone in my day-to-day life with my family. So we put up with a lot. I think that's about it. I just wanted to sort of put it out there that relationships are difficult, especially when you're trans. It's so, so hard. But remember this at the end of the day. If you don't have more happy moments than sad moments, then that relationship isn't supposed to be. You should be able to laugh as often and as much as possible with the person who loves you. You shouldn't have to sit there worrying, are they gonna like this? Are they gonna like this? Are they gonna freak out? Are they gonna be an asshole to my friends or family? I mean, you shouldn't have to worry about those things. When you start worrying about those things, when your boyfriend or girlfriend starts controlling those sort of things about you and making you feel insecure about yourself, then it's time to reevaluate your relationship, lovelies, okay? So I thought I would take a moment to put this out there because I've been going through some relationship stuff right now and I don't want everyone to think that my relationships are perfect. Although the reality is that that's what we put out there, right? I want the public, you, my fans and followers, to see the relationship that I want you to see. I don't tell you about the bad stuff or all that other stuff. I mean, sometimes I do, but it's not very often. And the thing is like, yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that my relationship's not perfect. There have been a lot of bumps in the road, and there will continue to be bumps in the road of my life. But yeah, it's difficult in any relationship, and you either stick it out or you don't, but that's your choice. Never let someone pressure you into staying in a relationship because they say something like, well, you guys were so good together. Oh my God, you look so happy. Don't let that guilt get in the way of you wanting to be happy. If being happy means you can't be with that person, then don't be with that person. It's not worth it in the long run. We already have enough psychological and emotional issues and scarring. We don't need it anymore. So I wanted to put this out there to be strong. You are your own person. And if you are in a relationship right now that is not working, reevaluate it. And then decide whether or not you'd like to return it for a refund. It's that simple. Reevaluate your relationship. Have faith in your own instincts. Trust your gut. It's gonna tell you what to do. I promise you, it's gonna tell you what to do. As always, I thank you all so very much from the bottom of my heart for tuning in, for watching my videos, for subscribing, and for sharing. It means the world to me. Please don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. I will catch you all on the flip side, folks. Bye.